Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft. We are back in the Vintage Cube leagues here, and ooh, that's a Time Walk and that's a Soul Ring, as well as Demonic Tutor and Luris. What a pack. I'm going to take Time Walk. I think Time Walk's a better pick one, pack one than Soul Ring, plus I really enjoy building around Time Walk, so I will be slamming that one. And passing a Soul Ring to one lucky drafter. I don't think I'm going to get a Luris back here, but I guess one can dream. Okay, we first picked Time Walk, and then and then I'm probably going to take Brazen Borrower. Had I taken Soul Ring, I guess I might take Taiga, but well, this version of the Vintage Cube has some cards in it, that's for sure. All right, well, let's just take Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower is a totally fine card. I don't mind taking it. And then, ooh, there's a Jace Vryn's Prodigy. 6 is also really sweet with some cards, but not so much with Time Walk. You can't replay that. I think I'm supposed to take Jace because Jace Time Walk is so strong. Wooded Foothill is also very good. I do love fetch lands, but it seems like staying mono blue should be good. And then now there is a Retrofitter, which I do like a lot. There's also Underground Sea. There's also Eternal Witness. So I do want Eternal Witness. I feel like Eternal Witness is going to wheel pretty easily. 4, 5, 6. There's just a lot of decent cards here. I might just take the Retrofitter, hoping to wheel Witness, but you know, if I don't, I don't. Retrofitter is just a much stronger card, and most people are not slamming Eternal Witness like in the first 6 or 7 picks usually, because you know what? Who wants it? The Personal Time Walk. Not a whole lot of other people. All right, and here, this is not the most exciting pack. There's Parallax Wave is the best card, which I definitely could take. There's Kitesail Larcenist to stay mono blue. There's Portal if I think I'm going to get a Tinker, but that seems like I don't really want to bank on it. I do like Barrogoyf a lot, but I might just take Third Path. It's pretty great with Time Walk, Retrofitter. It's just good for like the low curve blue-red deck. Oh, now I think take Memory Lapse. I do like Dismember a lot too. Both of these cards are great, but I like counter spells are so much harder to find than creature interaction. I already even have Brazen Borrower for that. Though I'll put that one there. Though I'll put Time Walk in a different category just so I can look at the Time Walk art, which I do like quite a bit. All right, and here there's Watery Grave, which is decent. There's Upheaval, which could be good. If I take in Soul Ring, Upheaval looks a lot better. I don't think Mightstone or Weakstone is good. I have Retrofitter and Third Pass, so I have the start of an artifact deck, but not quite enough to make me want to take Mightstone. I think I'm going to take Watery Grave. I don't really look like an Upheaval deck right now, and could definitely want Watery Grave. Like, look, now I just take Baleful Strix. That actually seems great. Passing up on Dark Depths, Rain of Filth, Reckless Pyro Surfer, yeah. You know, stuff. Whoa. Reprieve came back. I'm pretty surprised by that. There's also Harvester of Misery is just a very good card. I have a Watery Grave and a Baleful Strix. Harvester is just a removal spell that's a split card of a big creature, but you know what? I'm still going to take the Reprieve. If the mana works out, Reprieve is fantastic. I don't feel like I miss out too much on Harvester. And look, I've got Third Path, Reprieve, Baleful Strix as like my non-blue cards with a Watery Grave here. I could figure out which of these I'm playing and which not. It seems worth just kind of taking some shots here. And then here we've got Baleful Mastery, Lauren of the Third Path as the two relevant cards. I'm not going to take Scrapwork, Mutt, Valakut, or Anger, or Glimmerlens. I'll take Lauren. I think Baleful Mastery is pretty medium. Also, the Eternal Witness hasn't really, whether or not it wheels, I haven't seen a single other green card. Tameo I could splash. Witness isn't really splashable, so it's a little bit less appealing, but we'll see how the rest of this pack shakes out. All right, you know what? White does seem open. Let's take the Third Path out for now. I'll keep the Baleful Strix because of the Watery Grave, and actually I think I just take Sunfall. I don't think this is a Luminarch Flickerwisp deck. This could be a really good Sunfall deck, is kind of what I'm thinking. And then Seachrome Coast now over Shieldred's Edict, Esper Sentinel. That was the pack with Eternal Witness, by the way. It's fine. I have a Jace. Maybe I'll pick up a Snapcaster Mage. I think this looks pretty good. I could have taken the Luminarch. Oh, well, white is super open. All right. I guess I kind of wish I took Luminarch now because of getting that Parallax Wave there. Though Sunfall's also going to be great in this deck. I'm not that worried. Oh, I'll take a Shadowy Backstreet, I think, because now I could just be Esper. Nice little Esper control deck here. All right. I'm into it. And a last pick White Orchid Phantom. Well, that card doesn't seem too playable, so whatever. Oh, wow. Academy and Breach here. And Bowmasters. And I guess Hallowed Fountain. I don't think I can justify Academy with just Retrofitter. And trust me, if I could, I would. Breach is busted with Time Walk, but I've gotten such clear Esper signals. I think I'm just going to take Bowmasters. It's just also a fantastic card. A little combo with Loran. And just really good. So let's just take that and see where things go. There's a Mox Diamond here, but I think I'll probably just take Counterspell. And then probably wheel Samwise, Blade Splicer, maybe Deep Cavern Bat. It seemed like people were not into the black and white cards. Counterspell's great. I'll make sure to draft mana to accommodate that. And I think I'm not going to try to be too fast. This is part of the reason I don't really want Mox Diamond here is all my cards cost 2 mana. Don't really need Mox in that situation. I can just start playing my cards on turn 2, and I think that'll work out pretty well. All right, and here, Palantir is a good combo with Time Walk, but it's kind of a bad combo with a bunch of cards that cost 2. I don't want Emrakul or Corpse Dance. Talisman isn't crazy, but Stern Scolding actually looks good as a way to have a turn 1 play over Thraben. I think that's fine. And Zagoth Triumph is a dual land, but I think this looks like a Stern Scolding. Probably into Darkslick Shores just to keep the mana right. Though Duelist is kind of nice. I can target with Bowmasters, can loot off all the counters. Yeah, if Duelist comes back, I would be pretty happy, but I'm just going to keep taking lands. Here, there's Toxic Deluge, Sheldock Isle, Skyclave, and I guess Blue-White Talisman and Ledger Shredders. There's a bunch of cards I actually want in this pack. I might just take the Deluge. Deluge, I think, is going to be really good here. And Wraths, I think, are going to be pretty good. There's also Sheldock, though. Sheldock is fantastic. Maybe because I already have Sunfall and Parallax Wave, maybe I'll just take Sheldock, pass up on Skyclave and Co. And then here, pretty easy Undercity Sewers, I think. I mean, I do like Snuff Out, but I feel like I've got a decent amount of interaction already, and another Surveil land is just so good. Just your mana becomes so good when you have those. A fetch land would be really nice here too. Oh, this pack's got some cards too. I think I'm going to take Lorien Revealed because right now, I guess it's just a blue-black, but I'll get a blue-white land. I don't think I need Narset, though I guess it's kind of cute with Lorien. Not a Thassa's Oracle deck, not a Carnage Interpreter deck. Nethergoyf is sweet, but not as good as Mana Fixing, I don't think. Oh, here, Crabomination. You know what? I could be into a Crabomination. Just casting that thing is pretty nice. Relic of Sauron, though, with Time Walk, Memory Lapse. Oh, I have all these 2s. I should just take Relic of Sauron. I think that Relic is gonna work out really nicely. And here, there's a Xander's Lounge that came back. I have a lot of tap lands. I have 3. Yeah, 4th tap land's not so bad. I don't think Virtue is that enticing. Though I guess now that I have Xander's Lounge, that Leyline Binding could have been nice, but I think this is going to work out pretty well. All right, and here, the Blade Splicer did indeed wheel, though I'm not that into it. Pack 3 is going to be a lot better for white cards, I think. I could take a tapped black-white land. It would also be the last domain, but actually I'm going to go a little differently. I'm going to take Vaultborn Tyrant, just put it straight in the sideboard, and if it ends up that I get a flash, it's going to be good. All right, I'll take Zagoth now, though. Now I kind of wish I had taken a spell over one of those 2 lands. I ended up with a lot of tap lands, but so it goes. Ooh, Nathan came back. Great. That it's actually going to be pretty good here, I think. Same with Ledger Shredder. I'll play that. I don't think I want Bring to Light, though. It's not crazy. Deathrite is not a crazy thing to think about either. I have a lot of Surveil lands, like 2 Surveil lands, that can put some lands in the bin. The biggest thing with Deathrite Shaman really is that you want to be able to tap it for mana, but can't always happen here. There's a Vamp Tutor, which can go get Time Walk, but I think I'm just going to take Ponder instead. Ponder's like a Vamp Tutor for like one of the top 4 cards of your deck. I think that with some shuffles, it's good. Also, this deck's going to be very heavy blue. That part's nice. Consider might come back. Oh, Lingering Souls might come back. Any of those would be nice. All right, let's just take Ponder. And then second pick, there's Swords, Balance, and Polluted Delta. My guess is Swords is just going to be the best here. Yeah, it's got to be. It's great with Jace. It's cheap. It's good with Duelist of the Mind, Ledger Shredder. Balance, I've got a lot of creatures for. And as much as I like Polluted Delta, I think I've got to take the incredible removal spell over a very good fixing spell. Here, pretty easy Force of Negation. I don't need Steam Vents or Trop. I don't need another removal spell that badly, and Force is a nice one to just shore up your game against non-creature decks. Okay. Could use some more white lands. Oh, there we go. Scalding Tarn. Tarn gets... Oh, it doesn't get white. That's really funny, because there is Scrubland, which is a black-white land, but this gets Surveil lands. It's still going to be better. Brain Freeze for that Breach. There's Tamiyo for that Time Walk, and I do have a Zagoth Triome. So I'm going to still take Scalding Tarn, which I think is better than Troll. Yeah, I think it probably is. And then I'll hopefully wheel Tamiyo and at least have the option of doing that. I think that's going to be fine. And then here, there's a Tar Pit, but I have a lot of tap lands, like I said. A Spellbinder. No More Lies could be nice. There's also Cut Down and Tidebinder. Yeah, Liliana. There's like a bunch of like solid cards here. I could also take Plateau to make Tarn into a white source, but you know what? I think I'm just going to take No More Lies. I'm going to keep countering their spells. I'll take this Deathrite out. Kind of like the rest. Retrofitter actually could probably go. It's an okay card, but it's a little bit slow, so I'll hope not to play it. Okay, a Johnny, Nakado Pariah. Don't really have a great way to use a Johnny. Night's Whisper looks like it could be pretty good. Don't want Doomsday. I don't think I want Badlands for anything. All right, I'll take Night's Whisper. Really, my next two picks, if they were both just lands, I would feel pretty good about the situation. I could use some more lands here. So hopefully we end up picking up a little bit more of that. Well, here's a land, but it's another tap land. I mean, I know it's not always a tap land, but it is a lot of the time. There's also Necromancy, but I'm kind of into Smirking Spelljacker here. This just drops the hammer. Though Kaito Shizuki is also really good with all the 2-mana plays. Oh, this looks like a great Kaito deck. All right, I'm just going to take Kaito here. And then probably finish it off with a Fatal Push. I think over Vindicate, just more cheap cards. And right now this is 17 lands plus a Lorien revealed, so I just hope to get another land or two. That's all I'm really looking for. Though I could also consider what the White Splash is doing, or like I could play something like Reprieve and Swords and No More Lies, and then not play Sunfall, Lorien, Parallax Wave, because I have a black-white land and a blue-white land, but then the rest is all blue-black sources. So my blue-black mana is pretty good. White, not quite as easy. So Ocelot, Pride, Flage, Fiery Confluence all wheeled. None of the cards I was really looking for. I don't really want Bone Shards, but Urborg doesn't really do anything for me either. I don't think, whatever. I guess I'll take Bone Shards. I don't know. I'm not playing it, but I could maybe see a place where I'd side it in. Okay, I didn't really know why Reanimate's still here, but I will take it. I do like Thought Scour, Prismatic Ending. Those are all fine, but Reanimate's a busted card, so I'll take that for free. And then, yeah, maybe I just, honestly, I could maybe splash for just Swords to Plowshares and Reprieve. Let's see. Do I take Collective Brutality? I think I just take Bitter Triumph. I think that's a little bit stronger. Oh, wow, here's Scrubland and Troll. Well, if I take Scrubland, it's just a black-white source. This is another kind of tapped blue-black source, but I do have Reanimate. Oh, that's really tough. I think it's still Scrubland, honestly. Oh, and then I'll take Creeping Tar Pit here, too. Tar Pit looks pretty good in this deck. I just have enough playables. I don't really want to... I'd rather just take lands. I know the Troll count kind of counts as both, but I'm kind of worried about having too many hands with a tap land, and I just picked up Tar Pit, too, so I'll give up the Reanimate equity, I guess, for that. All right, so this is 21. Let's go by mana value. This is with 19 lands, not counting Lorien revealed as well. Well, we can put in a couple more white cards, maybe. Maybe the Scrubland might help just get No More Lies in there. I still don't really think Deathrite's actually what I want. Let's just play this and play 18 lands. Plus a Lorien revealed. So like I said, a little heavy on mana, but I think that should be okay. We have a lot of looting effects. So let's combine them. Sort by color. We've got 3 white cards. And then all blue-black cards with 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7 blue-black duels, and then a blue-white, a black-white, and a black-white duel. So how many planes do I need? I have 3 white sources. I would kind of like to play 2 more. Yeah, that should be pretty good, because then I get to put in 7 more lands. So 2, 3, 2 is, yeah, that's tons. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13 blue is plenty, and 2, 5, or 4, 6. Yeah, this should be good. All right. Let's get in there. I like the way this deck turned out. I think it's actually pretty sweet and also very grindy. Alrighty, time for round 1. I am on the play, and yeah, this hand looks kind of perfect, honestly. I'm on the play. My plan of Kaito with force backup looks pretty good. And I drew 1 tap land and 1 untapped land. Kind of nice. So what they do on turn 1 will determine my turn 2 play, though. Oh, well, now I'm not going to... I guess I kind of clicked through that. Maybe I should have considered countering it. I didn't think there was anything they could play at force negation on turn 1. Well, I'm going to play Jace, especially since they're... Whoa. Is that the summoning sick thing? I guess they're more likely to just leave their mana up with Retrofitter Foundry. I do not like that summoning sick thing. All right, well, let's take a kind of odd line. Send with Jace, baby. I want to play Kaito, and my hand is pretty good, so looting with Jace, looting with Kaito seems worse than just drawing with Kaito, because that's going to be my plan here. A crack in there, Sakura Tri-Builder, sure. All right, +1. Draw a card, and I don't have to discard because I attacked with Jace. And then I still have Force Up to pitch Baleful Strix too, probably. And then next turn I can play Relic of Sauron. Mana Vault, okay. That one I know I could have countered, but the odds that they play a non-creature are pretty high. Let's hope that's oh, this is a Kappa Cannoneer? Oh no, they're tinkering. Alright, that one I will counter. Pitch Baleful Strix. Okay, well that worked out really nicely. This is just basically everything that I've been trying to do. Once again, I'm gonna send with Jace. I mean, I guess at some point I should make the token with Kaito so I don't have to keep doing it that way, but I think it's pretty funny. And then let's play Relic, and now I have Counterspell plus Brazen Borrower up. And next turn, since I have a land in hand, next turn I can probably plus Kaito and just tap Jace to loot. Okay, what is this? Palantir of Orthunk. Okay. I'm going to let that happen because I'm just going to petty theft it now. I think it's worth using the mana. Draw. And then now, let's draw with Kaito. I think discard Watery Grave. I guess loot with Jace. Oh, now that's kind of interesting. I'll discard the Scalding Tarn. And I'll cast Night's Whisper. Play Zagoth Triumph. And just pass the turn with Counterspell, Reprieve, Swords up, and I can cast Brazen Borrower. Like, this is just Esper Control at its finest here. We're doing the Esper Control thing. So the -7, you get an emblem. With whenever a creature you control deals damage, you can get a blue or black creature onto the graveyard. Let's see, I'm at 18. I guess do I want to Reprieve that? No. You know what? I'm just going to let that happen. I don't think... And even if they leave cards on top, I guess I could take a look. I think I would rather just get Brazen Borrower into play. They put 2 on top. I still don't really want you to draw a card. And I took 1. So it means that the last card under there was something they actually wanted. I think I can just play this. Draw. I'm going to send, I guess, with both. Yeah. I think I want to start getting some good damage in. And nothing to replay off Jace, so let's just +1 off Kaito. Ooh, Shelldock, what a good find. I'll put Duelist to the Mind under there, because I think there's a chance I could do a lot of damage. And I could use Jace, but Jace would just flip. That's actually fine. I'll just discard the Dark Slick Shores. I'll just start +1ing Jace. I don't really need to do anything else past the turn. I guess I've only left myself 1 counter up at this point, but I think that that's okay. Can I ultimate Kaito? I could go get a Bowmasters. What else could I have gotten? In terms of creatures. I could have gotten Ledger Shredder, Bowmasters, and then Duelist, Baleful Strix, and Brazen Bar already done. All right, well, I definitely want Loran in there. And can probably cut Fatal Push. Do I want Parallax Wave or Sunfall? Not till I really... There's a chance I want to side those in once I see what they tinker for. But for the time being, I think we're good. Oh, look at this hand. This hand's also pretty nice. They're mulling, and I get to go Undercity Sewers into, well, a bunch of different 2-drops. I'm not sure which one I want to leave up the most here. Well, what I kind of want to do is play Duelist of the Mind first. Let's see. Oh, turn 1 Exploration, but after a mulligan, well, let's see how this works out for them. Oh, well, that makes it really easy because I can just, I'll keep that on top. I can just leave up No More Lies and Bowmasters and just play whichever makes the most sense. They have 1 card left. They have a draw 7? No, they have an Elvish Mystic. I think I'd rather kill the Elvish Mystic. Let's see, they can make a token. They can make it into a 4/4. I can Bitter Triumphant. All right, I think this is fine. I think just cutting them off of double green and 5 mana is going to be better. Because I can just, I don't know, this Retrofitter is just kind of slow. It also uses their whole next turn's worth of mana. Yeah, this looks fine. And then oh, Cradle Retrofitter. Yeah, they're looking to go nuts here. Well, I'm not into that. I'm going to play Loran. I'm going to blow up Retrofitter. They're off it. They're done. They had no cards in hand. I think we had them pretty dominated. Let's get to round 2. That was a nice one. All right, I am on the play here. Yeah, this hand looks good. A lot of tap lands in this hand. So I'm actually going to have to decide here. Do I want to play a turn 2 Bowmasters or play a turn 3 Kaito? Because currently I can't play both. I could play both if I gave up on playing turn 2 Bowmasters, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'll just lead with one of the Triomes, and then on turn 2 I can either play another Triome and cycle Lorien Revealed, or I can play Bowmasters. If they lead on basically like white or green lands, then I think the Bowmasters becomes a little more appealing. Obviously, if they play a 1-drop, yeah, I'm just going to kill it. And give up the ability to Kaito, though. Actually, I guess Haywire might... No, let's just do this. If I end up... I'll just take the 1 off Haywire Might. Maybe a better target presents itself and I cast the Bowmasters. I like leaving myself the option. But if they don't play anything I have to kill, then I can just cycle Lorien Revealed. That actually I don't really want to kill either, so let's cycle Lorien Revealed. Just get an island. And then crack this for Undercity Sewers. Surveil. Let's bin Reprieve. By the time I draw white, that card's not going to be necessarily the best. And then now let's go Kaito. And I think I actually loot here. My hand is a little bit clogged up with tap lands. And then next turn I can, because this phases out, they can't attack it. And then next turn, oh, they didn't sack Sakura Tribe, interesting. And then next turn I can have up Bowmasters, which will then give me a creature eventually to make tokens with Kaito. Are they just leaving Sakura Tribe Elder in play because they want to like attack my Kaito? It could be. Let's +1. Just draw, probably discarding Seachrome Coast. And yeah, I'm going to go Island, Bowmasters, and hit the Haywire Might before they have green up, though I guess maybe it doesn't matter. And then pass. I guess this does let them know. Maybe I should have upkeeped it just so they didn't sack Sakura, or they didn't know about it when they sacked Sakura Tribe Elder, but who knows. Oh, they went for it. Okay. That's kind of interesting. You don't typically want a Sylvan with a Bowmasters in play, but maybe they really need to... All right, I'm just going to nug them. It's fine that their Sakura Tribe Elder can block my army, because if I target the Sakura Tribe Elder, they sack it, and then my army doesn't get a +1/+1 counter. I don't think that's as good. And I'll counterspell whatever they play and then Kaito some more. Sounds pretty good. I mean, or I just Bitter Triumph whatever they play. If they play something that can be hit by that instead. No plays? Alright, no plays works for me. I don't think I want to offer the Bowmasters Sakura Tribe Elder trade. It's not actually crazy, but the fact that they have a Sylvan out means I should just keep the Bowmasters back. They really want their top card if they didn't sack this. Wow, alright. Well, I'll draw a card. And Scrubland or Tapland. I kind of think I just want to play Creeping Tar Pit. I think the odds that I hardcast a Brazen this turn aren't super high. What is this? Like stomp my Orc army or something? Okay. It didn't kill my Bowmasters though. Yeah, alright. Oh, they're going to upkeep kill the Bowmasters? I guess I'll counter that one. I don't know. Bowmasters is kind of shutting down their Sylvan Library. Seems pretty good. And if they play the Bone Crusher, I guess I'll just take a bunch of damage here. I'm at 16. I'll just pay 5 life. No big deal. That's fine. And then now I will leave up the... I will not attack with Tar Pit. Attack with Kaito, +1 it. Oh, that's really good. All right. And then now I will once again leave up Brazen Borrower instead of playing it. Well, I played it. I guess I did the opposite. I didn't play a tap land because I wanted to leave up Brazen Borrower. I'm going to memory lapse. Oh, I'm not going to memory lapse this. Bonehorde Dracosaur is the best. I love it, but it is pretty good to bounce with Petty Theft. I will say that. All right. Let's Emblem Kaito. I've never done that before, but it actually sounds kind of good. I hit them for 4, and then I get to get 2 creatures into play. I'll get Duelist of the Mind and then Baleful Strix. Okay. Yeah, I am into that. And I guess I'll Jace. Discard at this point, a Shadowy Backstreet's probably fine. Sheldock Isle. Put a Fatal Push under it, and then +1 Jace. And pass the turn. I mean, Kaito, I guess I have no more creatures to get, but that was still pretty good, getting those 2 out. Probably worse than actually just having Kaito, but I did enjoy it. What is this for 7 mana? I mean, whatever it is, I'm going to counter. Scapeshift? No, we're not doing that. Scapeshift Valakut, I guess, is kind of the idea. Okay. That's good to know about. I don't know that I need a Loran. I just saw the Sylvan Library. That wasn't so bad. They have Valakut, but White Orchid Phantom isn't really doing anything to stop that. All right, I'm in. All right. This hand's pretty nice. We got some action here, though. Funnily enough, this Scrubland could have been a Troll of Khazad-dûm. That is true. Oh man, Troll would have made Kaito better too. I could have put Troll into play. I think this is going to work out fairly nicely. The question is, do I leave up Stern Scolding or not? I kind of think I do. I can just go Darkslick Shores Go, and then Stern Scolding into Ponder, or just Stern Scolding into Duelist. Like, if they play Sakura Tribe Elder here, I'd be really happy to get to counter it, or Wall of Roots or something. Can't counter that, unfortunately. Let's just get the Duelist out here. They did play a Nurturing Peatland, so like they don't have other lands in hand, but Sylvan's obviously going to help them find them. But I kind of like getting Nathan into play here because I would like to pressure their Sylvan. If your opponent plays a Sylvan Library and you're not doing any damage to them, you are running the risk of just letting them draw 2 to 3 cards extra off it, which is pretty strong. I mean, 8 to 12 life isn't free, but you know, it is pretty good in the right circumstances. Oh, Field of the Dead. Maybe that's what they're up to. Well, I guess they probably also have Valakut. All right, so now let's start with Ponder. Okay, I like all of these, so I actually don't really want to shuffle. So I think I'm going to draw it like this. just play Reprieve and attack for 2. I just think that No More Lies is going to be pretty good here. So I would rather just not shuffle, and then I can shuffle away the Creeping Tar Pit a turn later here. They get to get their 4th land. I mean, I've got a bit of a clock on me, like the Field of the Dead here, but Mr. Nathan Stoyer is gonna attack for a lot here. Maybe not this. Maybe this next turn or two, it's only going to be like 1 or 2 a turn, but I have a lot of ways to like make this into 2 or 3 or 4 damage, and they're only at 12, and they have a pain land in play. They're already at a point where they can't Sylvan. Like, just 1 creature is enough to stop them from drawing extra cards, which is nice. Well, more extra cards. They've already drawn 1 extra. Other thing is, if you reanimate and you target one of their creatures, like their Scurry Tribuilder, it does count as committing a crime, so I get to get an extra card, which isn't bad. And this Stern Scolding, I'll be able to pitch to Force of Negation most likely this game. I don't think it's going to be a hardcast or a Stern Scolding game. It could be a hardcast Force Negation game, but Stern Scolding is already looking a little bit anemic here. All right, now they have land number 5. They're a land ahead of me because of the Scurry Tribuilder, and they were on the play, but I have a bunch of cheap cards in hand. I'm going to Reprieve this almost no matter what it is. Pyrogoyf. Yes. Funnily enough, I could have Stern Scolding it. I guess I'm not shuffling the Tar Pit away anymore, huh? I will use the Duelist. Well, now I actually think, yeah, this is going to be too big now. It's going to be a 3/4. Oh, I do want to get it in. Oh, the problem is all my counters don't put this in the graveyard. That's unfortunate. It would be nice to be able to reanimate that. What do I discard here? I'm drawing a Creeping Tar Pit. I guess I could just discard Scalding Tarn at that point. Yeah, that seems totally fine. Draw. And then now let's go reanimate the Tribuilder. I mean, it's not really getting much better, so sure. Use this, discard a Seachrome Coast, get Tribuilder back, send for 2, and we're pretty close, so I could play Shelldock, or I could play Tar Pit. I think the Tar Pit's actually going to be a better play here. And I'm setting up a turn where I go like Night's Whisper, animate Tar Pit, attack for a bunch of damage. Maybe leaving myself tapped out so they think they can scape shift me. They go to 6 here? Okay, well, they better be doing something good here. Prismatic Omen, okay. And then they're just going to cast Scape Shift and concede to No More Lies. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. That's a fair play. They're going for it, hoping I didn't have another counter. Yeah, I'll discard Shelldock at this point. And end of turn, I'll sack the Sakura Tribuilder, get an island. So if I draw a land, I win. Well, untapped land. I think I do go for it anyway, because if I draw a land, I can win with the Tar Pit. But if I didn't, as I didn't, I can still just have about 1 million counters up. I'll put Kaito into my graveyard. Sure, why not? I have Counterspell, Force of Negation, and Stern Scolding up, and Brazen Borrower. And I have a Tar Pit, and they're at 3. So that doesn't even count the Duelist of the Mind, which will also, I guess, not be able to attack for lethal next turn, but it could do some work. I suppose I could go like Cycle, Zagoth, Triumph, Brazen Borrower, your Sylvan Library, and that would get me to a 3/3, but okay. Looks like a nice little 2-0 start here. I don't really think they're getting through this wall of counters, is my guess. The funny thing is, Pyrogoyf doesn't actually do anything here, but I still think it's worth countering. Well, not that it doesn't do anything, but it doesn't get them out of it. I just don't think... All right, I have this card. I haven't drawn that one yet. It's good to use my mana here, because this way if they have like a kill spell or something, I don't really know. Not really sure what they could even have. But I'm going to send in these 2. And I guess if they can kill the Tar Pit, Delayed Blast Fireball. Okay. Yeah, they go to 2. And then I will, in fact, use Time Walk to finish this game by going Fatal Push on the zombie token, trigger Duelist of the Mind, and attack for 2. Woo! Getting in there, and on to the finals. Been a little speed run here. That works for me. All right, I'm on the play. I take that. Oh, yeah, easy keep. I'll ponder into a land and then have the nut perfect hand. Yeah, that's going to be my plan here. At least I hope so. Ponder. It'd be a little while if they forced it. It doesn't seem very likely, though. All right, Magic Online kind of crashed and I had to restart, and now what is going on? All right, we've got Force of Negation, Stern Scolding, Zagoth Triumph. Yeah, I think that is acceptable. I'm going to draw 1. I guess, funnily enough, I want to draw the Force last because I want to be able to go tap land, have up Stern Scolding. It gives them a window to resolve something where I could have had Force of Negation, but I think, oh, and I put it in the right order. I'm glad I left my 2 counter spells on top, so they don't even know that they're coming. I just thought it was more likely I'd want Stern Scolding in my hand than Force of Negation over these next 2 turns. Could be wrong. Well, it's looking like I might be. Yeah, maybe. They kind of have to take Reanimate here. It doesn't really, or Kaito. It doesn't make sense to take Bowmasters or Jace because I'm just going to reanimate them if they do. So taking Bowmasters or Jace is kind of like taking Reanimate with extra steps, except I just get to put it into play. So I would imagine it's one of these 2 cards and probably the Reanimate, but it does depend on their hand as well. Oh, they took the Jace. Okay. Okay, well, I will reanimate it. If they're going to kill it now, then I guess so be it. And now I wish I had stacked it so that this was a Force of Negation. That would be much better, but so it goes. Felt like leaving up Stern Scolding there didn't really make too much sense. And at the very worst, they're going to spend their turn killing Jace. I'm going to draw, pass the turn back without hitting a land drop, which is fine. I'll have up Bowmasters and Stern Scolding. Oh, they're just going to let me. Yeah, the Cube server might be a little more competitive. I'm just going to say it that. Let's Jace here. Because if I draw a land, I would probably just play it. And I kind of want to discard Bitter Triumph, but I should just discard Stern Scolding here. No, I'm going to discard Bitter Triumph. The reason I'm discarding Bitter Triumph there instead is I want to pitch Stern Scolding to Force of Negation here. Yeah, they can cycle on Earth, I suppose. I'll allow it. Okay, I was hoping to hit a land, but at least I got a 1 step closer. I guess if they play a creature that, like, a good creature this turn, that would be kind of annoying, but Baleful Strix solves that pretty nicely. Yeah, Barrelgoyf's fine, but I'm not that worried about it here. Draw. Oh, there we go. Island is nice. Let's go Island. I think Kaito. I think I'd rather draw. I could flip Jace this turn. Seems kind of reasonable. Discard Reprieve. Draw. I'll discard the Stern Scolding now. I'll +1 on the Barrelgoyf, but I'll still pass and leave the Baleful Strix there as a defender. Still have this Force up. They know about the Bowmasters. They don't know about the rest. I'd be really happy to get a Shelldock down given how fast I'm going through my deck here. Dark Depths. Okay. They don't look like they're that close to Dark Depthsing, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take it. And then on my turn, I get to use a bunch of Planeswalkers. That sounds pretty good. All right, draw. There's Reanimate there too. Let's start. I kind of want to just attack plus Kaito plus on Barrelgoyf and pass. That sounds kind of nice. Hit them for 1. Just draw a card with Kaito. +1 Jace on the Barrogoyf, and then just play Shelldock Isle. See if I get something good under here. My deck's not that expensive. All right, Counterspell's fine. And then pass with a couple different instants up here. Okay, what is this? Carnosaur the Kaito. Okay. The Barrogoyf got a little bigger there too. Oh man, this is going to work out really nicely for me. I'm going to get to counter whatever animate spell they play here. So whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it does the whole mill thing. Okay, I guess I'll let them hit the Kaito for one. Oh, do they have Entomb? Sure, let's see. If they Entomb... Yeah, I mean, they're going to get to kill my Kaito here, I guess. I could have played the Orc as a chump blocker, but now I can just hardcast Force this turn probably instead. So they have to get, they got an enchantment, but Detective's Phoenix, funny. All right. Kaito down, I suppose. Oh, and now they can bestow the Phoenix. That's really funny. Yeah, you don't need to pay 3. You just need to pay 1. And that gets the... Because I was hoping to Jace reanimate the Carnosaur, and now I'm not going to be able to. But I can force a negation that, which gets it gone forever. That sounds pretty reasonable to me. And they cast a Bloodghast. Sure. All right. Well, okay. I'm pretty happy with how this is all going still, I would say. Let's go Night's Whisper. Draw 2. Yeah, let's play the Scrubland. And then +1 on Bloodghast. And then just pass with Baleful Strix up to block Barrogoyf. And they have their own Shelldock, sure. I have No More Lies up and Bowmasters up. I'll probably fire off the Bowmasters end of turn. But no real need to do that. I guess maybe I didn't need to play the Scrubland because I have Shelldock Counterspell instead of No More Lies. But using No More Lies while the getting's good seems pretty good to me. And I guess this is like one of those like Madness discard style decks. I don't know. I don't know what the Dark Depths is doing exactly, but let's just play the Bowmasters here. They've known about this one for a while. I'll nug the Bloodghast. I know they can bring it back pretty easily, but feels like it's still worth doing. I don't really care about the Jace Ultimate, so let's minus on Night's Whisper here. And draw some cards. I guess I'm making this Duelist of the Mind a little weaker. Oh. Time Walk? Alright, I like that. Duelist of the Mind. Time Walk. Attack with Baleful Strix. And for 1, and then take my extra turn. And then on my next turn, I can flashback Time Walk if I want. I mean, that does sound pretty appealing. Yeah, all right. Let's flashback Time Walk. Time Walk. And then now I can also play this Creeping Tar Pit, have a bunch of counters up. And hit for 1. Oh, I should hit with the Baleful Strix too. I'm taking an extra turn. Duh. And I guess I could have cycled before damage. So I could have done all these things differently. I don't think it matters too much, to be honest. Take my turn. Oh, Fatal Push. Let's just plus on the Barrogoyf. Take my loot. Discard Seachrome Coast. I could Fatal Push their thing, but I don't really think I need to do that. Let's just have a bunch of counters up and attack for 5 here. And I still have Baleful Strix ready to block the Barrogoyf. They're at 10. Yeah, I mean, we kind of have this game locked down. Like, I've got this, like, break glass in case of emergency counterspell Shelldock here, and I don't even know if I'm going to have to, like, crack it. Like, the way things are going, it doesn't really look all that likely. Harvester of Misery. All right, I will no more lies that one. Okay, and they are done. I mean, Bone Shards against like some kind of reanimate thing could be decent, though. This might be a case where like putting in Parallax Wave, Sunfall, Loran. I guess at that point Timeless Dragon probably comes in. I'd have to put in like 2 or 3 more planes, and then I'd have to take out like Fatal Push. Probably want to take out like a Bitter Triumph. I mean, Stern Scolding. These all didn't look that good. Yeah, that actually seems reasonable to me. And add probably 3 planes, cutting a swamp, an island. I could probably just add 2 planes. And I still need to cut 1 card here. Could just be Ledger Shredder, I guess. All right, let's try this. I just think the exile effects are going to be really good against some of the stuff they seem to have. Yeah, this looks great. Got Bowmasters into Force of Negation, and turn 3 I can play Loran or Kaito. Both those are pretty strong. Okay, they mold to 6 here. Still don't really know what they're doing with their Dark Depths or their Bloodghasts exactly, though it does seem like they're the kind of deck that would have like Bazaar of Baghdad in their deck maybe. Undercity Sewers. I'm binning Plains number 2. I wish these Swamp and Plains were like switched orders so I could have kept the Plains and bin the Swamp, but it's all right. I'm just going to pass. I could Night's Whisper, but then I'd have to discard. That doesn't seem very good. Let's just ship the turn, play the Bowmasters. Yep, Barrogoyf is fine. I might end up chumping the Barrogoyf, honestly, with my token here in a second. I'm going to play Kaito. It's going to phase out. I'm going to +1 to draw. Oh, nice. I do like Swords to Plowshares here. But I'd still rather chump Barrogoyf than let them get the mill 4, or I guess it would be mill 2 and draw a creature. I don't know. It seems like that's kind of what their deck's trying to do, so I think blocking with the 1/1 sounds pretty good. So they don't have like a Pyrogoyf here. Dragon's Rage Channeler into Bloodghast. Yeah, they're going hard. All right, draw. I could attack. I could make a ninja. I don't. Maybe I just. I think I attack with the Bowmasters. If they block with Dragon's Rage Channeler, that's fine with me. And this way I get to draw a card without having to discard, which I think is good. Oh, I do Memory Lapse. That's actually pretty great, because now I can play Creeping Tar Pit, leave up Swords to Plowshares, and still have Memory Lapse up instead of needing to keep up this Force Negation. Getting to play tap lands in this deck is really, or like casting your tap lands in this deck is really nice, because getting to play them early is what I mean. Because this deck has so many. All right, I'll Swords the Barrogoyf. I suppose the Swords could go to the Bloodghast because it's harder to get rid of long term, but I think this will be fine. Okay, and then pass. Oh, Time Walk is just, what a card. What a card. Time Walk with Planeswalkers? Yeah, let's do it. Draw a card. Shadowy Backstreet. Oh yeah, I definitely want Parallax Wave. Night's Whisper. Time Walk. I mean, this looks like it's just basically over at this point. I'm going to get to play Parallax Wave here after drawing an extra card, which will just keep them off of this Kaito for long enough for me to just win the game with, I mean, I still have Memory Lapse. This has just been a clinic on like low curve Esper, just playing great cards that cost very, very small amounts of mana. Yoink. And I'll let the other 2 attack. I probably won't even, I mean, there's no point in flickering out the Dragon's Rage. It's only dealing 1. Let's just let that happen. Dark Depths, and I'll just keep the Borrower around for the Dark Depths if I need to. Hit. And this Kaito has just been absolutely fantastic. I will say that. I guess I can play a tap land this turn because I can cast Memory Lapse, Force. It's like, yeah, I don't think it adds much to not play a tap land. Like an untapped land doesn't I guess what opens it up to is Memory Lapse, Petty Theft, Cycle, Xander's Lounge, or Force. But I really don't think I'm going to need to cast multiple interactive spells here all that likely. Okay, if you want to send... Alright, I'm going to get a little cheeky here. I don't even know this is right, but given that I have a counterspell in my hand, I'm kind of into it. Oh, they cycled the Harvester! I kind of want my tar pit still. Alright, no, that's good beats. I didn't think they were going to have an uncounterable way to do that, but that plays. And I guess that's fine. I don't really need to... Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll parallax the Bowmasters, actually. Because this way, all the cards come back. And then Bowmasters gets to nug the Dragon's Rage Channeler before things get out of hand. And I can Kaito and discard a card. I don't care about that either. Sure, I'll discard Seachrome Coast. And I'll just play Scrubland and pass the turn here. Sunfall looking pretty nice. I mean, I've got a bunch of counters. I've got a Planeswalker. They just don't have anything going on. So I feel like we're doing just fine here. Bonehorde Dracosaur. Okay. I mean, they can attack with the Bloodgust. It's not crazy to. It can't block. It comes back. I don't know. Petty Theft the Bonehorde. Cast Brazy Bee. Draw, and I guess there's no point in using Kaito first. Sadly, not going to be one of those ultimate Kaito games. Not that I have that many things to get back with it. All right, let's hit for 5. Let's draw a card. So if I reanimate the Harvester, though, it's all creatures get -2/-2. That doesn't sound great to me. So let's just cast Timeless Dragon. And play Xander's Lounge and pass with Memory Lapse for that Bonehorde, and then that's just game. Cast that. Oh, we're doing this? Okay. Not sure what's going on here, but is this like some sort of reanimation deal? Like an Atroxa or something? Oh, Blooming Marsh. Okay, Bowmasters you. Alright, well that was one of the easier trophies I've ever gotten, and this deck was quite solid. Like 3-0, 6-0. You know, we got Force of Negation, Counterspell, Memory Lapse, Stern Scolding, Reprieve, No More Lies, a lot of counter magic. Swords to Plowshares, Fatal Push, Bitter Triumph, some pretty decent removal. Of course, Time Walk was great. Orcish Bowmasters, Baleful Strix, some like good cheap cards, Jason. Then Kaito was just really carried the squad. I just drew tons of extra cards off it. Plus, despite having a few too many tap lands, did have very good mana overall. Didn't even come close to getting mana screwed. So I guess that's what it takes. Well, that'll do it for today. A nice little clean sweep, a little palette refresher here as we move on to more drafts this week. I always appreciate you hanging out. And like I said, I'm glad to be back home, glad to be drafting Cube, and you'll see plenty more from here on out. So I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.